Are you a parent of teens? Are you interested in connecting and sharing experiences on parenting teens? You're in the right place. Today I want to talk about this really interesting situation that parents of teens find themselves. And teens themselves. Have you ever reflected upon the ages of parents of teens? Typically, the average parent of a teen would be between the years of 40 and 50. Of course, there would be outliers, maybe younger or older, but typically they would be within that age range. Which means that while the teens are going through these turbulent years of hormonal changes, parents are going through a similar turbulent state of being concerned about their health, but also for women and mothers, they probably would be going through their perimenopausal period. So this is really interesting because it means that we are all going through our challenges in life, and maybe it should make us compassionate about the experiences that our teens will be going through, and it hopefully will make us better parents. That is a challenge that I do not want to make look simple. But what I want to draw on is that teens, when they become teens, we as parents, especially for us women, we begin to realize that our health is changing and that we need to be concerned about how to take care of ourselves. But also for men, they are going through these changes. You notice that you're putting on the pounds, you're no longer the small size that you used to be. And of course, weight comes with its own health challenges for many. So you're beginning to be concerned about being conscious about your time, the way you behave, the way you eat, the way you take care of yourself. And these changes can have a strain on your work, can have a strain on the way you manage your affairs in your home, can have a strain on so many things in your life. But probably this should make us compassionate and understanding of what our teens are going through as well, because it can be a really turbulent time. So for me, I want to draw to the point of, to the issue of how we might parent our teens during this time. I will focus on parents who have several teens. Maybe you have one or two, you have two or three, and they're all different. They are grown, they are independent, their characters have begun manifesting in different ways, and you become conscious and realize that they are no longer the same. They might be siblings, but they do not behave the same, and they have different needs. The relationships that you have with them is different, and it might be different for girls and boys as well. While girls might continue to cling towards that old relationship they had with you when they were children, because girls will disengage less than boys in some cases. As boys begin to identify with their fathers and want to learn from their fathers, girls might still cling to their mothers because there's a lot they still want to learn from their mothers. Or it might be different anyway. Whichever way, this is what I do in my case. I have decided to date my teens one at a time because I realize that I can no longer bring them together and talk to them as siblings in one place. I could do that for general topics, but if I did that all the time, I wouldn't get the chance to get into their inner feelings, to connect and bond with their deeper issues, and that can create a situation where you feel locked out of your teen's life. So when I talk about dating my teens, it doesn't mean going out and having a meal or a drink with them. It could be one of the ways that you could date your teen, but it could also be simple things like just having a one-on-one conversation with your teen, having a walk with your teen, having a chance to just be alone with them. Because when you're alone with them, then they can have the confidence and trust to share with you their innermost feelings and innermost issues, especially because when you bond with them, then you're able to build that trust and confidence for them to confide in you on issues that they would rather confide in their peers or other people if you do not create that space for them to feel comfortable to share with you. So that would mean that you'd go date each one of them and be able to develop that bond and be able to have these conversations that connect with their realities and what they are really interested in. And hopefully that helps you continue the bond with them. I want to touch on another issue that can be contentious and that we are quite often conflicted about. The idea of being a friend to your teen or to your children, or being the adult that you are. In my case, I think that you cannot be friends, just friends with your teen, because being a friend means that you're equal in a sense. You respect each other as friends because you're peers, and then you do similar things, and then it's not easy for you to discipline or to correct your teen, because if you're equals, then you do not have that authority to parent or lead your teen, and that can really be challenging. So for me, I think that while it's important to be friendly with your teen, it's also important to remember that there is a difference between being a child and being a parent. Being a parent of a teen means that you retain your authority as an adult in this situation. You use your wisdom, your knowledge, your experience, or your experiences and your skills to lead, to mentor, to coach, to guide, to advise, to support, to protect your teen. When you become friends with your teen and make your teen become your peer, there are high chances that they could manipulate you into accepting things that you shouldn't be accepting, into doing things that you shouldn't be doing. And then you're also, as an adult, really getting your responsibility. You have a responsibility to show and share with your teens what you know about life that they don't yet know. And this is one of the greatest gifts of being a parent. Besides having your life experiences, you probably have skills in your field of career, or your field of or your skills, whatever it is that you do. If you're a business person, if you're a farmer, if you're a teacher, you're an engineer, or whatever it is that you are, those are some of the things that children learn from and teens learn from, and probably they're the things that inspire teens. If you asked your children or your teens what they wanted to be, most of them will want to be something that they know that one of the parents is, or it could be a relative that is doctor or a lawyer, or is a musician, or is a sportsman. It's usually their interest is usually guided by their environment, their exposure to the people that they know, and maybe sometimes also media now, TV and social media and other things that they get information from. But the idea that I'm really interested and excited to share about is the idea that parents remain the adult in this relationship and the teens remain the child in this relationship, so that you're able to provide the leadership and the guidance that will help your teen have the support that they need to navigate life as a teen. If this resonates with you, I would like to hear your thoughts on how you parent your teens, in as far as being in your perimenopause or having health concerns as you're parenting your teens, while they're also going through the turbulent changes of the turbulence of their adolescence and the hormonal changes in their bodies, in their lives, and how this has worked out. And if you have any ideas to share, feel free to write feedback, give me feedback about how you've parented your teens. And if you like this video, please subscribe so that you can see more of these videos. Thank you and bye.